last week where we left off, I was talking about how I really improved my operation so I could publish like a machine. And after I released that video, I got a comment from someone I really admire who said, "Scale your impact, not your output." Now these words, they meant something to me because they were very right. I think what really matters at this stage in my journey is creating content that I'm proud of. So as I look at my channel and I think about week over week, my videos, my views, my blah, 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 what really matters is the underlying core, the core of, am I sharing good stories? Am I creating stuff that resonates with people? So if you're new here, my name is Ian, and really what we're doing here is learning how to build an audience online and to find your voice online. If you're new to this format, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna share what happened in the last week. Next, I'm gonna go into the deep dive topic, which this week is finding community. And lastly, I'm gonna talk about what's coming next for the channel. Alrighty, let's get into the numbers. Let me give a quick review of the 8 videos that I released this past week. The first one was an update video, scaling yourself as a solo creator. The second was how I met Dragica, the story of how I met my landlord. I followed that with another story about Dragica. Then I did my first Norway video, which was the first of that series. I experimented with a new format where I was sharing quotes and things that inspire me. And lastly, I had parts 2 and part 3 of the Norway series. How this week was different from the week prior was that this week I focused on story. How can I tell the best stories? And for me, this was picking to talk about Dragica, and then also picking to talk about Norway and all this footage that I had. Now, the second thing I've done different this week is change my bio every day with a little piece of inspiration for myself. And I actually started doing this because I was having trouble deciding what my bio should be. And then I was thinking, okay, what would be different? What would be interesting and cool? And I thought, oh, what if I change it every day and I use this as a little piece of inspiration? Wouldn't that be a cool thing to do? And this leads me to the third thing I did different, which is essentially sharing these mini clips of my day and adventures from my day, and then pairing them with these little insights or these little things that are giving me inspiration. So this week, in terms of how the channel is growing and changing over time, I first want to talk about the subscribers and views week over week. So with the increased output and my focus on storytelling, we have far more views than I had last week. 7,000 versus 3,000 is of course over doubling the views. This means more people are seeing the channel, more people are seeing the stories I'm sharing, which is an ultimate good. Now, we might hope that with additional views, we might have additional subscribers that also join. In this case, that did not happen. We actually have a fewer number that joined us since last week. Regardless, I don't make too much of this. I think we're moving in the right direction. And if you're new here, I just want to say welcome. So this next topic has become more and more important to me since leaving my job. This is the topic of finding community again. At work, I had a great community of close friends that I also worked with. And as I'm here in my apartment and working hard, it's tough because I have my roommate Timur. Much love, Timur. But the thing is that it's just, there's no way around it. It's just lonely. So something I've needed to think about this week that I haven't before is how do I bring community back into my life? If I were to summarize what I learned this week or what I tried this week, it would be that you can take a first step to join a different community. For me, this looked like going to salsa. It looked like going to Midnight Runners. It looked like going back to the farmer's market on Saturday after not having gone in a little while. These things, they didn't get me to point B. They didn't make me feel exactly more connected, but I think they are directionally right. They're things that bring me inspiration. They're things that make life fun, and I'm gonna keep experimenting around with them to see what sticks. All right, in terms of what's next for the channel, I have 2 focuses. They both actually come as little mantras that Austin Kleon shares in his book. The first one has been the motivator for me this last week, but it's tell good stories. How can I keep the ball rolling, speak from experience, and really share things that excite me, that are funny, that I find joy in telling. The second focus for me is not writing what I know, but writing what I like. And really this one is about what is your intrinsic motivation, what drives you, what's your genuine curiosity, and how can I create media that shares that curiosity and that genuine excitement. If you like this video, you may like the one I'm most proud of this week, which is about Dragica, and I'm gonna link to it on the screen in case you wanna check that out. That is it for me today. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you next time.